Hello class, Namdam mo. I hope you guys are doing fine. I hope you guys are catching up with school is about to start for you guys. So I hope you guys are excited about school happening. And if you are not, I am so sorry. But you will get through it. So today's lesson, we are on lesson 12, and today we are going to be learning about a new character, a new person in the Bible. And his name is Samson. And we are going to be learning about the birth of Samson, and this can be found in Judges 13:15, which is in Chin Biaceihtu ang Okay. So, before we get into today's lesson, I want to remind you guys about this cycle that we see in the book of Judges. So, as you guys may know, we always know that the Israelites, they abandoned God, right? And then because of that, God punishes them. But then they realize that, oh, wait, we need God in our lives again. So they cry out to God and they ask him for forgiveness. And God, being the good God he is, he delivers them and gives them peace. And like we always learn in every lesson, God always uses someone or a group of people, right? Well, in today's lesson, Israelites have yet once again abandoned God, and they realize that they need God. And so God is going to use a special person to deliver them peace again. But before we get into today's special character, we are going to talk about his parents first. So in the Bible, in Judges 15, we find that there is a guy named Manoah, and he has a wife, and his wife's name is not mentioned in the Bible. I don't think so. I don't know why. But basically, these two couples, they have been wanting children for a long time. And God finally sends an angel to them to tell them that he is going to give them a son. But this son is going to be very different, because he is going to be very, very special. He is not going to be your normal average human being, because God is going to use him to bring peace to the Israelites, because right now their biggest enemies are called the Philistines, okay? But God tells the couple that they cannot drink wine or any alcohol, and they cannot eat anything unclean, and this rule will go for their baby as well. So now it's time for you guys to know who this baby is. Well, his name is Samson, and I am sure you guys have heard about him a lot, because he is a very unique character in the Bible. And the reason why he is so special is because God gives him super strength, right? God gives Samson the ability to fight against lions and all of like these armies that you can think of. But like I said, God also tells Samson that he cannot eat unclean food, meaning pork and like alcohol, because back then pork and alcohol were considered unclean food. And pork, bacon comes from pork. So that is really sad, but Samson does follow this. And another rule that God gives Samson is that he cannot cut his hair, because his hair is going to be the source of his strength. And God makes him grow his hair, because that is where his strength comes from, right? And why so many rules? Well, it's only 2, but they're very hard rules if you think about it. And the reason why God gives him these rules is because, like I said, God gives him this special ability of strength. He is able to defeat anything that you can think of. He is able to knock down buildings that you think you can think of. And the reason why he gives him this strength is because God is going to use him to defeat the Philistines. But even though Samson is so strong and so mighty, he has one weakness. And I will tell you guys his weakness. And his weakness is women. Okay, so basically in chapter 14, you guys will see that, Samson marries a Philistine girl. And he's not supposed to, because right now the Israelites and the Philistines are enemies. But Samson, throughout his life, he isn't there are moments that there were moments where he disobeyed God. And so he marries a Philistine girl, and basically when it was their wedding, he comes up with a riddle, and no one knows this riddle, but his new wife begged him until he told her the answer. So she told the other Philistines, and in his anger, Samson struck down 30 men, and his wife was given to someone else. And later, when he found out that his wife was given to another, he caught 300 foxes and tied pairs of them together by their tails, and he set the tails on fire and let them run through the Philistine grain fields, olive groves, and vineyards. And so this violence continues, and the Philistines kills Samson's wife and tries to capture him. And they tied him up, but he saw a dry jawbone of a donkey and used it to kill 1,000 Philistines. And later, Samson visited yet another Philistine woman, and the Philistines tried to trap him inside the city, but he pushed the city gates down and carried them away. So as we can see, his weakness is women. And so today's lesson is super short because it is just an introduction to this super special character in the Bible. And so from today's lesson, what we can take away is that, even though Samson wasn't always good, God gave him strength. So even though Samson wasn't supposed to marry a Philistine girl, because he was supposed to marry someone of his own ethnic, meaning like he was supposed to marry someone of the Israelites, he didn't. He disobeyed God. But when he needed God still continued to give him strength. So how can we apply this in our lives? Well, even though we are not always good, right? Sometimes we lie. We lie to our parents. We don't do our homeworks. We cheat. We procrastinate. We're lazy. But even though we're not always good, God still loves us. God still loves you and me. And that is the biggest lesson that we can take from today's lesson. And that is one of the most precious things that we can have is God's love. And so next week we are going to still talk about him, but we are going to talk more about his story and what happens in details. And so for this week's homework, I'm not going to give you guys something related to the lesson, but I really want you guys to help your parents with something, whether that means washing the dishes with them, folding their clothes, massaging them. I want you to help them just one thing for the week, okay? One thing. And take a picture, have them take a picture of you and make them send it to me through Viber or through my phone number or anything. And I hope you guys do this, okay? This is super easy, so please help your parents because I'm sure they are stressed right now too, and you can be with them and for them, okay? So see you guys next week. I hope you guys have a good week this upcoming week, and God bless you guys, okay? And I miss you guys a lot. So hopefully we see each other soon. Bye.